See, here it goes, poor circulation.
No. Oh.
Sometimes if Anna walks really quickly, it sounds like she's tap dancing.
Or galloping.
For tonight's top stories.
Live from the College of Journalism and Mass Communications on the University of Nebraska campus, you're watching Star City News live at 5.
Good evening and welcome to Star City News. I'm Jeff Packer.
And I'm Kristin Bauer. For tonight's top story, the assault of a Lincoln man brought up the discussion of the city's LGBTQ rights.
Star City's Camila Orti is live in the newsroom with more.
That's right, guys. Although the suspect has not yet been named, this incident shows that gay discrimination is still present. Police are investigating an assault that took place early this morning outside of the Night Before lounge. Officer Katie Flood said the investigation is being treated as a potential hate crime because of the derogatory terms used in the argument. The victim and his friends were called gay before the confrontation moved outside.
At one point, the victim had his back turned and the suspect struck him in the back of the head. This caused the victim to fall forward into the street. He suffered a laceration to his left eye, to the bridge of his nose, and a broken front tooth.
Pat Tetro, director of the Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, Queer Resource Center on UNL's campus, says the environment has greatly improved, but there's still work to be done.
Unfortunately, the way our society currently is, a lot of LGBT people lose the support of their family and friends, which has a tremendous impact on their overall health and well-being.
UNL junior Catherine Balta, who identifies as queer, has witnessed and experienced plenty of this discrimination.
I had a friend outside of the queue I know got hit in the face and called a fag.
The Resource Center, LGBT Committee, and Queer Ally Coalition exists to help those students that need someone to talk to. The LGBTQ Resource Center also coordinates events and workshops to educate the community on LGBT issues. Reporting for Star City News, I'm Camila Orti. Kristin and Jeff, back to you.
The suspect in the assault was described as a white male in his 20s and stands at about 6'3".
Thanks, Camila. Closing arguments began today in the trial of a former Rutgers student accused of spying on his roommate, Tyler Clementi, who killed himself by jumping off New York's George Washington Bridge. Duran Ravi faces 15 criminal counts, including bias, intimidation, and invasion of privacy. He's accused of using his webcam to capture Clementi having a gay sexual encounter on September 19, 2010. During arguments this morning, Ravi's attorney described him as a scared kid who didn't know how to react when he saw something, quote, shockingly surprising on his webcam. A Lincoln man is being awarded for his role in stopping a robbery here. Last May, Brandon Wimhoff stopped a masked man who threatened a Walgreens employee demanding drugs. Wimhoff tackled the assailant, who was armed with a BB gun and a pocket knife. The Congressional Medal of Honor Society will award Wimhoff with a Citizen Service Before Self honor.
A Lincoln man was arrested Tuesday morning after burglarizing a local restaurant. Aaron Williams was found at the Red Fox Steakhouse on West O Street around 2 a.m. after he reportedly broke into the building.
He gained entry by throwing a piece of cinder block through a window. He tried to access the cash register, but entry was not gained. No loss was reported by the owner.
Police arrived on the scene and booked Williams for burglary and failure to comply.
Coming up after the break, we'll have a look at the state's national rank in employment.
And we'll have more on the GOP's primaries from today.
You're watching Star City News live at 5.
Every little girl just wants to be beautiful, but the images they are shown are unrealistic. They need someone to turn to for advice and encouragement. That's why the Big Brothers Big Sister program provides a positive relationship that can better a child's life forever. Be a big brother or a big sister today and be a positive role model that every child needs.
Really wish I had a pet.
When looking for a pet, make the Capital Humane Society your first stop. There are a variety of pets to choose from, such as rabbits, cats, dogs, and much more. Pets from the Capital Humane Society are spayed or neutered, receive treatment for fleas, ticks, or mites, receive needed vaccinations and tests to keep the animals healthy, and are microchipped. It's much cheaper to adopt, so go to the Capital Humane Society to find your next best friend.
The Center for People in Need provides essential resources to people in our community through many programs. One is the Job Training Program. The Job Training Program prepares participants for careers in forklift operation, warehousing, print services, and more. The Center for People in Need is looking for employers in Lincoln to get involved with the Job Training Program. For more information, visit centerforpeopleinneed.org.
Is tossing out these kits to help students prep for a safe spring.
More than 700,000 people in the United States have been trafficked. More than 2,000 people have been trafficked within Nebraska, including our city, Lincoln. Nebraska Family Council is fighting to stop this injustice. You can help also by educating yourself and others. For more information, visit nebfc.org. Nebraska Family Council, standing for justice and families since 1988.
A bill is being debated this week that may free Nebraska employers from the fear of lawsuits when referring past employees. Senator Charlie Jansen of Fremont is the sponsor of a measure that would allow employers to share more information when they get calls about former workers. Jansen says employers often only acknowledge the end and starting dates of employment. His bill would allow an employer to provide in good faith and at the employee's request information about job performance. Nebraska's unemployment rate improved to 4% in January, which is less than half the national rate of 8.3%. This betters the revised December rate of 4.2%. This leaves Nebraska as the second in the nation in lowest employment behind North Dakota.
Was shot and killed during a routine traffic stop at the Coliseum parking lot just a couple of hours ago. Now the school says that witnesses did.
The state of Virginia has rested in a wrongful death suit over the 2007 shootings at Virginia Tech. Parents of two deceased students brought the suit, claiming their daughter could have survived had they had proper warnings. If you recall, the shots were fired in the Blackbirds campus that morning, but campus police and administrators believed they were isolated instances. The state fined the school of $55,000 in March of 2011, saying it waited too long to notify the students. The state is the only defendant in this trial. Results from today's primaries in Alabama and Mississippi could enhance Mitt Romney's position as the Republican presidential frontrunner. At the outset, the week-long Southern campaign looked to be in the favor of the two more conservative candidates, but the split between Santorum and Gingrich is creating an unlikely opening for Romney, who wasn't expected to do well in this race. Polls show the races are so close that any one of the three could win. So we won't be broadcasting Star City News next week because UNL will be on spring break.
And I think I speak for most students at UNL when I say that we could all use a break. Star City's Dominique Kelley has more on how the university is helping students to prepare for no class.
The UNL Health Center is tossing out these kits to help students prep for a safe spring break.
This Friday marks the beginning of the spring break vacation for students at UNL. It's a time to enjoy some beautiful weather away from Lincoln's normally winter conditions, as well as take a break from hitting the books.
I'm going to Colorado State Forest State Park, where we're doing a backcountry ski trip. We're going to be staying in a tent in the mountains and skiing for a couple days in the forest.
But many students aren't leaving the city. The reason being, they say, is the nice weather that Lincoln has had.
I just think I'm gonna stay in Lincoln. The weather is like super nice right now. Maybe hit up some baseball games and just stay here and chill.
A local travel agency would agree with WonderCheck that the weather has put a damper on their services.
Winter that was very easy on us compared to what we're used to. Usually December, January, February, we've got snow sitting on the ground for months on end. We didn't have that this year.
And no matter what students are doing this spring break, the UNL Health Center is educating kids to make safe choices.
These kits can be picked up at the rec, the health center, and even the student union until tomorrow from 11 to 2. The kit contains things like toothbrushes, Band-Aids, and even condoms. Reporting live for Star City News, I'm Dominique Kelley. Back to you guys.
Well, Jeff, I don't really have any exciting plans for break. I might go home, maybe get some FaceTime with my parents. How about you?
Just traveling up I-80 to exotic Omaha. The city of Lincoln is building up and out. There are 6 tower cranes in the state's capital, an all-time high. Projects include UNL's expansion of East Stadium, the versatile Park House building on 14th and P Streets, and the Pinnacle Bank Arena. Some projects are ahead of schedule thanks to Lincoln's mild winter. Park House is expected to be completed in a matter of months, and fans can expect East Stadium and the arena to open in the fall of 2013.
Would you ever believe me if I told you that Lincoln, Nebraska was hotter than both Las Vegas and Panama City before spring break? Well, I hope so, because Lincoln is currently warmer than both of those cities right now. But will these warmer than normal temperatures continue through your weekend? I'll have your detailed forecast next.
You're watching Star City News live at 5.
The Sheldon Museum of Art, featuring more than 12,000 works of art, is free to the public. Located on the city campus of the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, the Sheldon has many photographs, sculptures, and paintings, including works by George O'Keeffe, Edward Hopper, and Andy Warhol. The Sheldon also offers tours to the public and hosts many special events. For more information, call the Sheldon Museum of Art at 472-2461 or visit their website at sheldonartmuseum.org.
This regional art museum produces 6 to 8 exhibitions annually in its beautiful galleries. Frequent visitors enjoy viewing shows by contemporary artists, as well as sculptures and paintings from the permanent collection. The museum and research library are free and open to the public. The Great Plains Art Museum, located at 1155 Q Street.
The University Health Center, located on campus at 1500 U Street, offers a wide variety of cares and services. The Health Center offers extensive aid in the areas of dentistry, physical therapy, and psychology. Also on site is a full radiology department equipped with X-ray and EKG machines. The Health Center also offers a fully stocked pharmacy for prescription medication. The UNL Health Center is open 8 to 6 Monday through Thursday and 8 to 5 on Friday. The UNL Health Center, where the top priority is the student's health.
And now your weather forecast with Ben Dorenbach.
Record heat was the top story in the capital city today, and I have to start off by saying that to honor this heat-filled day, I had to play my Kenny Chesney and my Jimmy Buffett playlist today during my morning workout. Very, very fitting, I thought, to honor this beautiful day. As we take a live look off of our tower cam on Old Father Hall, located here on city campus, you'll see there is not a cloud in the sky in the capital city today. And as we look at current temperatures around the state of Nebraska, Lincoln is the hot spot, sitting at 82 degrees right now with upper 70s and low 80s in surrounding areas. And in case any of you are curious as to whether or not we broke any records today, We did, with flying colors as well. 80 was the record set back in 2007, and we're sitting a solid 30 degrees above normal right now, which is 52 degrees, or actually 51 degrees rather, in this city of Lincoln for Nebraska. So as we take a look at our current conditions across Lincoln right now, 82 is what we are going to top out at today, with sunny skies with that new record high set today with southeast winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour with a few gusts in there at 30 miles per hour as well. As we move into tonight's forecast, we are looking at mostly clear conditions with an overnight low of 52 degrees under those clear skies with those calmer winds from the south still at 10 to 15 miles per hour. As we move into tomorrow, we are looking at a high of around 78 degrees under mostly sunny skies, but a little bit calmer than today. So tomorrow might be the better day to get out on the golf course since we're only going to have winds at southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And as we move into your 7-day outlook, looking pretty warm as we finish up the work week and going into your weekend. Might be a little bit breezier as we go into Saturday and Sunday, and we're going to see a chance of precipitation as we return back to your work week on Monday at the start of spring break. That's been your Star City weather forecast. I'm meteorologist Ben Dorenbach. Guys, back to you.
Well, we are only a week away from the official start of spring. Nice to see the good weather.
With the mild winter, we might as well just skip spring altogether. Celebrating the good weather, Ryan Mix will have more on Nebraska baseball after the break.
You're watching Star City News live at 5.
Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach may be in a new location, but their mission continues on. Their efforts have served Lincoln's poor and homeless through outreach, advocacy, education, and the provision of food and shelter for nearly 20 years. Operating 365 days a year, Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach can only continue to instill hope to our community with the support from people just like you. Find out how you can make a difference at mtkserves.org. For 35 years, Native American Public Telecommunications has been sharing stories with the world that represent the values, experiences, histories, and cultures of Native Americans. That's 35 years of providing authentic Native content to your home, classroom, and on the web. With your support, NAPT can continue to do so much more. Find out how at nativetelecom.org.
I began my recovery at the bridge at Cornhusker Place. The staff, quite frankly, saved my life.
They have all shown me love, something I haven't seen much before.
Getting sober isn't just about me. I'm putting my family back together.
The bridge at Cornhusker Place allows men to safely make the journey away from their addiction. Men who pass through the bridge come out the other side as stronger men, more prepared to live a sober life. Learn how you can support these fathers, brothers, and sons by visiting www.cornhuskerplace.org.
Welcome into Star City Sports. I'm Ryan Mix. Well, it was just a gorgeous day for baseball at Haymarket Park. The Huskers playing their 5th game in 5 days, taking on the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. We pick it up in the bottom of the 4th inning with Rich Sanguinetti on second. Richard Stock rips a base hit up the middle. Sanguinetti will score to put the Huskers on the board. South Dakota State does hold a 2-1 lead as Blake Headley comes up to bat for the Huskers. He hits a tailor-made double play, but the Jacks can't turn it. Stock scores to tie the game at 2 for the Huskers. Now to the bottom of the 5th inning. Chad Christensen up to bat, hits one past the third baseman Andrew Melton. Pat Kelley come on down, and the Huskers take a 3-2 lead on the air. Fans sitting in the berm enjoying the weather and loving the hustle. Still in the same inning, the best name in college baseball, Cash Kalkowski. Fists one right back to the pitcher, but his errant throw sends Christensen home. Stock crosses home plate as well, but would have to go back to third as the ball went out of play. That puts the Huskers up 4-2. Nebraska added 8 more runs and did not look back from there as they get the win over South Dakota State 12-3. The Nebraska women's basketball team learned last night they will be a 6th seed in the NCAA tournament, matching up against 11th seeded Kansas in the first round. This is a very familiar foe for Nebraska as the Huskers have played the Jayhawks more than any other team in program history, including winning 21 of the last 30 matchups. The two teams will tip off at 6:30 Sunday night in Little Rock, Arkansas, with the winner playing either the 3-seeded Delaware
or 14th seed Arkansas Little Rock. Both games will be televised on ESPN2. So how excited is Kansas to be matching up against Nebraska in the tournament? Take a look at the team's reaction to the selection show last night. Well, that reaction isn't exactly the same mood the Husker men's basketball team shares. While the Husker women are going dancing, the men's team is sitting at home, awaiting word on who will be their new head coach. It's been 4 days since Athletic Director Tom Osborne announced the firing of Doc Sadler, leading to a lot of speculation as to who will fill Doc's shoes. Some candidates to consider include head coaches John Gross at Ohio, Greg Marshall at Wichita State, Shaka Smart at VCU, and Steve Alford at New Mexico. Osborne said no timetable has been set to make the decision. All 4 of the coaches just listed will be busy men this week as they are preparing their teams for the NCAA tournament. The madness begins tonight with 2 first-round games between Western Kentucky and Mississippi Valley State, and BYU squaring off against Iona. Tip-off for the first game is at 5:40 p.m. Gentlemen, start your checkbooks. NFL free agency officially kicked off a little over 2 hours ago, beginning one of the more hectic and exciting periods of the year for NFL fans. The obvious headliner of the free agency class is Peyton Manning. The former #1 overall draft pick and 4-time MVP quarterback has already met with the Broncos, Cardinals, and Dolphins. Manning is expected to meet with Titans coach Mike Munchak in the next 3 days, leading to what could be the biggest free agent signing in franchise history. Although Tampa Bay isn't in the push to get Manning, they do have the most money to spend, as the Bucs are nearly $44 million under the salary cap. Well, today's video of the day comes from Iowa City, Iowa. Check this out. Hawkeye forward Andrew Bremer, messing around after practice, makes a full court behind the back shot. That's baseline to baseline, folks, 94 feet away, looking away from the basket. All I have to say is good luck trying that at home. And that's been your Sports Fix for today. For Star City News, I'm Ryan Mix. Back to you guys.
Well, the Husker baseball team split that big series with Cal earlier in the week, clearly riding that momentum.
Hopefully they can keep that momentum up into the Big Ten series. Star City's Caleb Dohmen will be entertaining you after the break with a look into Hollywood.
You're watching Star City News live at 5.
Nebraskans for the Upgraded Treatment of Squirrels, or NUTS for short, is a group dedicated to protecting squirrels on the UNL campus. The group holds meetings to discuss the status of UNL squirrels and also host events such as squirrel watching tours. Squirrels are an important part of our campus, and this group hopes to bring awareness to issues that squirrels face. Look for postings around campus for the next NUTS meeting. And remember, don't try to run over squirrels with your car or bike.
We'll do this every Wednesday night from 9 to 11, bringing you the best in funk and soul, old and new. That was yet another request. That song was by Instant Funk, and it was called I'm Able. As always, your main man, Polar Bear.
I'm Dish Rag.
Good night.
And good funk.
The next time your child decides to become Picasso and use your wall as a canvas, take a deep breath. Sign up for classes at the Lux Center for the Arts. With provided materials and art teachers, she can work alongside aspiring Monets and Warhols and leave your walls the way they are. Enroll your child in classes at the Lux Center for the Arts.
Hello and welcome to your Entertainment Fix. I'm Caleb Dohmen. The Bachelor, a place for fairy tale endings, even though everyone knows that doesn't normally happen that way. Last night, The Bachelor came to a close in front of millions on ABC. The Bachelor, Ben Flajnik, had his choice between fan favorite Lindsay Cox and the much-hated Courtney Robertson. Ben got on one knee in front of a picturesque mountains and proposed to Courtney Robertson. The fans shared Lindsay's pain as they watched Ben give the Neil Lane rock to Courtney. It was a tough one to swallow for a lot of fans, unless you're Courtney. But what people are really wondering after the show is, are Ben and Courtney still together? Stories have swirled the internet about them breaking up and not getting married at this point. All indications show that they are still planning on tying the knot. It was all glitz and glam for one of the most anticipated movies of 2012 during its premiere last night. Thousands of screaming fans turned out to see the premiere of The Hunger Games in Los Angeles. The movie stems from the Hunger Games trilogy written by Suzanne Collins, a book the series that has sold over 1 million copies. Hollywood people believe that the Hunger Games movies could rival that of the Twilight series. The flick is set to hit in theaters nationwide March 23rd. Edie from Desperate Housewives is known for all the scandalous happenings on Wisteria Lane, but even after she was killed off the show, the drama continues. Former Desperate Housewives star Nicolette Sheridan's suit against the show's creator Mark Cherry might be winding down, but thanks to a new voicemail, the case might be taking another turn. A voicemail was left for one of Sheridan's attorneys claiming to have been notified about a private information regarding the firing of the actress. Sheridan's legal team is using this as evidence for potential cover-up for allegedly wrongful termination. Her team is trying to get it entered as evidence and hopefully get the man on the voicemail to testify in court before the trial ends. The judge has not ruled on what she will do, but the team seems to be somewhat desperate in an attempt to help Sheridan in the case. Kim Kardashian and Jon Hamm going in a new episode of Celebrity Deathmatch? No, probably not. But after Hamm's choice words about Kim in the latest issue of LUK, you might understand if they did. The Mad Men star talked about dumbing down celeb culture, saying, "Stupidity is certainly celebrated. Being a bleeping idiot is a valuable commodity in this culture because you're rewarded significantly." But instead of lashing out at him, Kim took to Twitter yesterday in retaliation, calling someone who owns their own business part of a successful TV show, produces, writes, designs, and creates stupid, in my opinion, is careless. Kim's response was classy and wouldn't be surprised if this ended here. But this is Hollywood. Does anything ever die down? Kim is making more headlines when she tweeted a picture of herself with blonde hair. Relax, everyone. It's just a wig. The reality starlet tweeted with the picture with the caption, "Blonde hair, don't care." No ideas why the star decided to change it up, the hairstyle, but from this reporter's opinion, she could probably go back to the dark locks. That's your entertainment news for the day. I'm Caleb Dohmen. Back to you guys.
Welcome back. If you haven't logged on to Twitter today, Star City's Matt Herron has what's trending.
It's been a busy day in the Twitter world. If Dwight Howard is one of the top topics, the six-time NBA All-Star has publicly stated that he either wants the Orlando Magic to bring another superstar to play alongside him or trade him to a team that can be a championship contender. If some tweeters are speculating that if nothing happens before Thursday's trade deadline, Howard can end up in Miami with LeBron and company, or in LA with the Clippers. There are some not-so-nice tweets from fans that even the thought of Howard going to the Heat. It's not hashtag be like Mike, but hashtag dunk like Blake. That is making an appearance on Twitter today. Although his Clippers team lost to the Boston Celtics last night, the powerhouse forward is still getting some love from his fans. One top tweet from Showtime Michaels saying, "If you can dunk like Blake, then you can fly like a plane." Many video gamers are getting their voices heard today. My Madden cover vote is trending as many fans are giving their opinions on who should be on the cover of Madden 2013. The field will be narrowed from 64 to 32 1 week from tomorrow, yet many NFL players don't want to have the honor of being on the cover, as the Madden curse has plagued many previous cover winners with injuries happening the following season. Many tweeps are gearing up for St. Patrick's Day, and one way to not to suffer from that Sunday hangover is Guinness chocolate cupcakes. The recipe calls for 4 ounces of the Irish beer to add into the cake batter, then you St. Patty's Day cooks can top your treats with green frosting. And well, if you're not 21 and can't enjoy that green beer, you can always enjoy a Shamrock Shake. That's what's trending. Reporting for Star City, I'm Matt Herron.
Sounds pretty tasty, Matt. We'll see you right after the break.
You're watching Star City News live at 5.
What does it mean to be environmental? Is it buying a hybrid car? Is it using recycled bags? Is it a bumper sticker? If you're looking to make a real difference, one of the best places to turn is your own backyard. Trees help keep our environment clean. Visit arborday.org to find out more information on planting trees in your community.
I did it in my bed.
I did it in my car.
I did it in the shower.
I did it online.
I did it in the classroom.
We did it last night.
And we've already done it 4 times today.
Everybody's doing it.
And you should too. Listen to 90.3 KRNU, UNL student-run radio station. Get Indied.
What's up at the Lincoln Children's Museum? Planes, trains, and automobiles. Sports, games, balls, and wheels. You can play, learn, imagine, and grow. You can read a story or put on a show. It's splashy, science-y, artsy too. In fact, the only thing that's missing is you! The Lincoln Children's Museum on 14th and P.
That's it for Star City News. I hope you all have a chance to get out and enjoy the beautiful weather.
We won't be back next week, but we will be back March 27th live at 5. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jeff Backer.
And I'm Kristin Bauer. Good night.